Welcome back to my video. So today we're going to be learning about something really interesting. Okay, since the time of origin of life on this planet, various organisms were evolved and dominated this planet during various periods of geological time chart. This has been found by the evidence obtained from the discovery and study of fossils, which allow biologists to place organisms in a time sequence. As geological time passes and new layers of sediments are laid down, the older organisms should be in deeper layer, provided the sequence of layers has not been disturbed. In addition, it is possible to date age rocks by comparing the amount of certain radioactive isotopes they contain. The older sediment layers have less of these specific radioactive isotopes than the younger layers. A comparison of the layers gives an indication of the relative age of the fossils found in the rocks. Therefore, the fossils found in the same layer must have been alive during the same geological period. Why are we talking about this? What's the main point? Why am I telling you everything? Today we're going to be talking about two very interesting topics. The first topic is phyletic lineage, and the second topic is the biological method. Okay, so let's move on to our slides. So our main SLO today will be exemplified deductive and inductive reasoning, which is related to the biological method. And we're going to be studying phyletic lineage. Okay, let me read out the SLO, exemplify deductive and inductive reasoning. So first of all, we'll learn about the phyletic lineage. So the phyletic lineage is not related to SLO number 1.3.1. You can see a tree in here. Yeah, you should read the slide too. Or I'll just read it out for you. Lineages are typically visualized as subsets of phylogenetic tree. A lineage is a single line of descent or linear chain within the tree, while a clade is a usually branched monophyletic group containing a single ancestor and all its descendants. Phylogenetic trees are typically created from DNA, RNA, or protein sequence data. You see a small tree in here. That's what's the phyletic lineage like. We all rose from a single ancestor, and the tips that you can see, the tips of the branches are the organisms present in the world right now. Let's see a tree form of that. Okay, so you can see a different kind of species and different kind of organisms all written here. One kind of organism is animals, fungus, fungi, plants, ciliates, flagellates, slime molds, and amoeba, cyanobacteria. And we're all already like familiar with these terms, right? Bacteria, archaea, and eukaryota. So we all arose from a single ancestor. So let's understand the phyletic lineage a bit more deeply. So how were species created? The life today has come into existence through phyletic lineage, or evolving populations of organisms living in the remote past. Evolutionary changes often produce new species and that increases biodiversity, which basically means that our ancestors had many mutations in the DNA. And that's why we turned out like this, like what we are right now. Many people deny that, yeah, we're not the son of apes, and the concept of apes is just completely trash. I'm not gonna argue about that. I just want to tell you that this theory is like 97%. Uh, is like believed by 97% of scientists out there, like the theory of evolution. Okay, the evolutionary changes do produce new species. You can take an example of the COVID-19 virus. Like we got so many strains of that virus. How did we get so many strains of that virus? It was because of the evolution. The phyletic lineage is an unbroken series of species arranged in ancestor to descendant sequence, with each later species having evolved from one that immediately preceded it. If we had a complete record of the history of life on this planet, every lineage would extend back in time to common origin of all early life. So let's move on to biological method, our second interesting topic. So biological method it is actually a method by which we formulate theories and we formulate laws. You've probably heard about a lot of laws, like the law of conservation of mass, law of conservation of momentum. You probably learned about the law of independent assortment, the law of like so many other laws. So how does it all start? Observations. We first put our senses to use, and then we make some quantitative and qualitative analysis. So the qualitative analysis is like less accurate than the quantitative analysis because the quantitative analysis will give you the facts and figures, and these observations are organized into data. The statement related to the data is called hypothesis, and then the hypothesis is actually the tentative explanation of what we observed, what we saw. And then this hypothesis will be tested with experiments. If it's like all goes well, then it can become a theory, and if like it goes perfectly well, it can also become a law. Like many scientists try to prove it, it becomes law. That's what happened with Mendel's laws. Okay, Mendel's laws of heredity. You probably heard about that. So how do we like make a hypothesis? How do we formulate a hypothesis? I think I should discuss it in the next video. So thank you so much for listening to me right now. So goodbye till next video. Thank you for listening.